Dan from New York City, America's accountant, Dan Geltrude. Dan, my heart broke when I got news that Elon Musk wants to get out of the Twitter deal. There's a lot of confusing elements to this because Elon's he's on Twitter right now. He's tweeting saying that, the reason he's terminating the deal is because he didn't get the information about how many bots are on the account. Now that they're going to court, Twitter's going to be forced to release their information around the bot accounts. So do you think Elon's going to be able to get out of this deal without paying the billion-dollar fee? And do you think that maybe this was his plan all along, just to toy with Twitter?
Well, it's hard to say, Addison, what really lurks in the mind of Elon Musk.
Yeah.
What I will say is this. Certainly, Twitter is at a disadvantage here. If we look at where their stock is right now, in the low 30s, right? That's a substantial drop from when Elon Musk first made his bid to buy the company. So now what we have is Twitter suffering from a stock price situation. And what happens if this bot information does come out and we find out that Twitter is filled with all these fake accounts, as Elon Musk is alluding to? Now you have a situation where we have to talk about the survival of Twitter overall. So I think that Twitter is in a weaker position. This may not be the common thought here, but I would not be surprised if Elon Musk ultimately buys this company at a much lower price, because when you get into litigation, really no one wins except the lawyers.
Well, and Elon Musk, when I was reading about all of this, he essentially says that when he asked to see the data around how many bots, Twitter said that it was around 5%. Apparently, it could be around as high as 25% of fake accounts on Twitter. And so when Elon Musk asked to look at the data, they kind of BS'd him a little bit and didn't really let him see the actual inside workings of Twitter. And so he said, okay, I'm not comfortable with this. You either show me the data or I'm backing out. The problem is, and what a lot of people are saying, and it sounds like you disagree, Dan, so I'll let you kind of break down why. A lot of people are saying that Elon Musk is going to have an uphill battle in court because at the end of the day, he did sign the dotted line. He was kind of so beyond the point of no return in this deal. How do you think this is going to play out in litigation?
Well, again, I'm not a lawyer here. However, if there was a breach of the contract, then I don't see why Elon Musk would be in a weakened legal position here. Yes, he did sign the contract. Yes, he has a $1 billion penalty clause in there if he doesn't close the deal. However, if you have a situation where there's a material breach, meaning let's work off of the number you're saying, that instead of 5% or less of fake accounts, you have up to 25%. If that type of information comes out, I think Elon Musk actually prevails here.
Yeah, and that's interesting. I've been heavily invested in this whole controversy with Elon Musk throughout the whole Twitter deal. It's going to be very interesting to see how all of this plays out in court. We already know Musk can afford the best lawyers money can buy, so I'm sure that he's going to have at least a really good fighting chance. Now, Dan, I want to get to this. This is from Fast Company. It says, we're already in a recession according to the Fed's GDP tracker. The tracker now forecasts the United States economy contracted by 1% during quarter two, which would officially mark a recession. So we had negative growth in quarter one. We had a minus 1% growth in quarter two. Are we already in a recession, Dan?
Let's say we're officially in a recession where you had GDP contracting for 2 consecutive quarters. Okay, what does that matter to the American people? They are feeling the tough economy right now. They're feeling inflation. So by telling them, oh, we're officially in a recession, I think the reaction is going to be, you know what, we don't care. Just fix it. And that's where it goes to. That's where it goes to the Fed being in a tough position related to having to raise interest rates to try to fight inflation. That is not a great option, Addison, because it pushes us further and into a deeper recession. So the answer here is change economic policy. Don't just dump it on the Fed and say, here, do something. And then for political reasons, the Fed has to do something instead of sitting back and say, what's really the smart economic play here? Not just knee-jerk, raise interest rates, throw us into recession, and you know what? We got rid of inflation. There's a lot of consequences to making that move.
Well, Dan, I don't know if I want the Fed or want this administration to try to climb us out of a recession or try to fix inflation, because the things that they've been doing so far that they say are going to fix it or going to provide some relief have done nothing and have, in reality, only made matters worse. So I think we just need to cut our losses until the next election and get someone in the White House who actually knows how to tackle this economic crisis. And with that, Dan, we are out of time. I really appreciate you joining the show. Good to see you as always.
Thanks, Addison.
I'm Addison Smith.